to Sonic High School Sports Blast, your weekly look at high school sports in the Mid-South. This week's show is brought to you by Sonic. By SKB Facilities and Maintenance, we take pride in our work. You'll take pride in our results. All-American Sports, your team sports headquarters. By Delta Technical College, hands-on takeoff. And by A Step Ahead.
Happy New Year to you. Happy amazing week of high school basketball in Memphis. I am Jessica Benson. He is Clayton Collier. We are ringing in 2019 with some of the maybe best games of the season.
And they featured some of the best talent from Memphis and beyond, including all three Memphis Tigers 2019 signees. It's easy when they're on two teams, but nonetheless, everyone in action for the National Hoop Fest. 2 days, 3 locations, 15 games, a whole lot of highlights.
As you watch the show, be sure to watch down here because a whole lot of highlights means a whole lot of scores. Our Concord Career College high school basketball scores ticker. Plenty of scores for you, plenty of games for you. As for the show, here's a look at what's coming up next.
We take you out to Briarcrest and Olive Branch for Friday's Hoop Fest games. We'll have the best highlights from that. Plus, we'll go out to Collierville for our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Plus, Sports Director Doc Holliday sits down with Memphis legend Coach Tim Thompson.
But we always start with the highlights, and today is no exception. The ARS Rescue Rooter National Hoop Fest. It is rebranded from the Penny Hardaway Hoop Fest. New name, same star power, and we start with a game that featured 2 of the top 4 2019 players in the country. You know one well at this point. That would be?
What's his name?
I stumped you. East James Wiseman, but on the other side is 6'3" guard Anthony Edwards out of Georgia's Holy Spirit. Edwards is the 4th-ranked player in the class. He is unsigned and recently narrowed his top 5 schools down to Georgia, Florida State, Kansas, Kentucky, and North Carolina.
Now, you might remember Edwards because he made some noise here in Memphis when he chose to reclassify to 2019 on the same day that Wiseman pulled the unicorn out from under the table, made the decision that he was coming to Memphis. There was worry that Edwards would take away Wiseman's #1 status, but Wiseman held on to that spot in the composite rankings.
And anytime you have highly ranked high school players facing off on the court, it makes for a highly anticipated game. Friday night, no exception. Holy Spirit prepped Memphis East. Even Penny Hardaway showed up along with Alex Lomax to watch their former team and James Wiseman wearing number 20 instead of 32 because he forgot his uniform at home. New number, same Wiseman, lays it in, puts East up 13-5 early. Edwards up for the challenge, draws the foul from Wiseman and gets the tough shot to fall. 3-point play gets Holy Spirit back within 9, but Wiseman was just getting started. Turnaround call the bank is open. Wiseman not really gracing us with any wild dunks, but showing off his range instead. Hits the long 3 to make it 25-11 East. The real 3-point machine on the night, though, was D. Merriweather. Hits the straightaway here. Then it's Antonio Thomas spinning through traffic, feeds Merriweather in the corner. Bang, bang. He had 19 points for East. Edwards, on the other hand, going to make some school very happy when he makes his choice. Pulls up for the 3, sinks it, led Holy Spirit with 25 points. East took a 20-point lead into half, and Wiseman did the Wiseman thing. Led all scorers with 27 points, had 7 blocks too, as East gets the win, 70-57.
Well, Olive Branch and Simeon were 2 of the only 3 teams to beat East last year. On Friday, they faced off on the Mississippi side of National Hoop Fest. The reigning 5A champs Olive Branch and another big-time Memphis Tigers signee, that's DJ Jeffries, bringing out the Memphis Brass. Tigers not done in Olive Branch. They have an offer out to Cameron Matthews, and he goes up for the Conquistadors. First bucket, second bucket coming from DJ Jeffries. Beautiful turnaround jumper. Simeon went on an 8-0 run after that to take the lead. Here's the capper from Jalen Drain. Drains the 3-pointer from long range. His lone make of the night. Jeffries, on the other hand, had a little more than that. Unfazed on the corner triple. Olive Branch takes the lead. Are you not entertained, Mississippi? Well, you should be. This coming to a FedEx Forum near you. Jeffries, 13 first-half points, finished with 21. Olive Branch loaded with talent. Joe Cooper, top key turnaround, and that's why he has an offer from Ole Miss, folks. Olive Branch wins this one 65-59.
Back at Briarcrest, the Bartlett Panthers facing Georgia's reigning state champions, Meadow Creek. I don't know what this is, but I like it. I like it a lot. Bartlett likes their 3s. They like them a lot, and Tavian Cullum starts them off on the night. Then you're going to see a little Rodney Mason action following suit. Get used to it. Win Brown. He's like, Samesies. Yeah. Then Brown going to hit again. And looky there, first 12 points for Bartlett by way of the three ball. Did not stop there. Jefferson Walker joins the club. Let's go back to Collum because why not? And then let's go back to Brown because why not? And hey, Shamir Johnson too. Bartlett connected on 8 triples in the first half to take a 37-20 lead. Not as many three shenanigans after that except for Win Brown. He led the Panthers with 19 points. Meadow Creek making a big push in the third. The flush from Chaplin makes it a 12-point game. That's as close as they'd get. Bartlett always had the answer. Cullum, the future Ole Miss Rebel, putting up 18 on the night as the Panthers go on to win 62-50.
Have you seen enough triples? Well, here's another trio for you. The Memphis Brass out in force for Whitehaven's game. Sam Mitchell, Penny Hardaway, Tony Madlock, all at Olive Branch to see 2024 star Matthew Morrell. Whitehaven had Chicago Whitney Young, and Morrell had their number. Euro bucket, foul flexing right in front of Penny and the Tigers over there. Memphis also giving this guy a look, and it's hard to miss him when he's a 7-footer. Jordan Wilmer on the flush. Dude's just a sophomore, by the way. Morrell working the half court now, backing his way into the elbow jumper now. Matthew can dish, too. Now, don't believe me? Take a look. On the oop to Wilmore. No chance for the kids from Chicago to defend that. Jordan finished with 15. Morrell with the play of the night on the loose ball breakaway. Boom. One-handed slam. Morrell finished with 25. Whitehaven gets the win 73-65.
And rounding out Friday's action at Briarcrest, a girls matchup between Arlington and Hamilton Heights. Melissa McFerrin on hand to watch future Tigers Lynette and Lanice Williams taking on a top 10 team in the country. Lynette starting things off hot for her current Tigers. Pops up for the 3 for Arlington's first point. Still down 6-3 early. Lynette drives baseline, finds her sister Lanice, who lays it in to keep Arlington moving. Lynetta, she was feeling it. No fear against the number 7 Max Pricks team in the country. It's good again from distance, giving Arlington their first lead of the game. End of the first, up 15-12. Lynetta running floater falls to make it 17-12 Arlington. But Hamilton Heights had literal heights on their side. 6'7" junior Camila Cordosa finishes to put the Hawks up 7 in the second. They led by 8 at half. More Cordosa in the third. The putback there gives the Hawks their first double-digit lead. Lynetta trying to keep Arlington in this off the rebound, coast to coast, and the pretty reverse finish for 2 of her team-high 12. But Cordosa was on a camping trip, and she staked her territory right there. She had 18 points. She is the tallest girls basketball player I've seen, as Hamilton Heights went on to cruise 54-35.
Back to the SIP for a pair of teams from the other side of Tennessee. Knoxville Bearden squaring off with Hamilton Heights. Anderson Garcia, he plays above the rim. Don't believe me? Watch that putback. Hamilton Heights up 20. Now Drew Williams says that's not enough. He decides to pad it with his beautiful left-handed finish. Williams finishing with 14. Bearden well out of it, but Case Glover had a heck of a game. One of his 5 threes on the game, finished with 22. Now Sam Hodo had just 2 points at half, came alive in the fourth. Feed underneath, throwing it down. The kid was cooking. Hamilton Heights ready to feed. Pump fake. Wait for it. There it is. On the defender. Easy, baby. Jay Hodo with 8 in the fourth, 10 for the game. Seconds to play. Marcus Tankersley not tanking. He's driving. Look at that beautiful reverse as Hamilton Heights wins this one 85-63.
I told you, pretty basketball.
It is.
Time for us to take a quick break. There was more pretty good basketball played Friday night, too. We'll go out to Houston High School.
And later on, we meet this week's SKB Scholar Athlete of the Week.